Okay, we're good to go?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, hi, I'm Paige Shannon. Could I get you to state your name for the rest of the group?
My name is Cinnamon Meldrum, and I'm with Canadian Blood Services.
Cool. So, could I ask, how did you get involved with Canadian Blood Services and sort of doing these little pop-up, find out your blood type clinics?
I have been with Canadian Blood Services for 6 years.
Wow.
And I fell into it. I attended LC to become a travel agent.
Oh, so you're you're familiar with the college?
I am familiar with the college and decided that that was a dying career and that I needed to do something else.
Well, yeah, millennials can't travel.
Yeah, not without Travelocity. So I decided that I was going to be done that and I was going to come back to school when I knew what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that will one day happen. But until that happens, I'm going to hang out with Canadian Blood Services.
Yeah, so you've been working for them for 6 years. Whereabouts have you done these little pop-up blood clinics? Is it mainly Lethbridge based, or have you traveled around with them?
I am Alberta South, so I am also handle the clinics in Medicine Hat and Brooks. So those are mobile clinics. So we go out to Brooks 6 times a year. We go out to Medicine Hat monthly. And then we have a perm clinic here in Lethbridge that's open 5 days a week.
Oh, that's cool. And do you find that doing these find out your blood type service clinics does actually help increase the amount of blood donors
Absolutely
in the system?
Absolutely. So the biggest thing that it does is it gives me 2 minutes while I'm blood typing somebody to talk to them about the importance of blood donation. Lots of people don't understand blood donation, and they take it for granted that blood is going to be there when they need it. And that's not always the case.
Yeah. I remember reading that one blood donation can actually be used for 3 to 4 different purposes, from plasma to various ones.
Absolutely. So what happens here in Lethbridge, we have a whole blood clinic. So what happens in Lethbridge is when you donate whole blood, it goes to Calgary, it gets processed in Calgary, and it gets processed into red blood cells, platelets, and plasma. So that's why we say that you have the ability to save up to 3 lives, is because we're going to use it in all those different ways.
Yeah, and is there sort of one thing that's needed more than others in terms of like the plasma, the red blood cells, and the platelets, or?
Red blood cells. Red blood cells are needed, so we need whole blood donors, and that's what we're really focusing on here in Lethbridge. Canada as a whole, for us to be comfortable with the blood supply, we need about 22,000 units. At any given time, 22,000 units is where we're comfortable. Inventory this morning, when I checked it before I came out to the college, we're at 16.8.
So we're already under the amount of
We're
blood
absolutely
that
under, and
like
right now we're looking into Christmas. So we're looking into Christmas where things are
Right.
a really, really busy
icy
time.
roads, a lot of accidents.
There's a lot of accidents. The biggest thing is when we go into holidays and we talk about the need for blood over the holidays, yes, there's more accidents, that kind of thing. There's more people in the vehicle. So on a random Tuesday, it is lots of times 2 people in a vehicle going to work. Whereas when we're talking about going to see families for Christmas, it is 5 people in a vehicle versus 4 people in a vehicle, and there's lots more trauma and lots more blood needed. So that's why we need so much more then. And then the need for blood is constant. So it's remembering that cancer patients still need blood throughout the holiday season. The cancer patients are the #1 blood user in Canada. So half of the blood supply goes to cancer patients.
Wow.
And that doesn't stop for Christmas.
Yeah, no. Is there like a particular blood type that is needed more than others? Like, because I know, is it O negative or O positive that's the universal donor?
O negative is the universal donor. So we always need negative blood types. If you're a negative blood type, you really, really do need to be donating. And the reason is that you have so many less people that you can get blood from. So for an O negative, for example, that is 7.6% of Canadians are O negative. Out of that 7.6%, only 4% donate.
Wow. So when it comes to talking to people about donating blood, is there like, can you tell when you've sort of hit home with someone? You know, like you sort of think this person's coming in?
I think it's really, you have to relate to them, and you have to understand, and you have to make it humanitarian. So as awful as this sounds, if I am talking to women in general, I can talk a lot about the need for blood, the need for, here's children leukemia patients, we have recipient stories that I can use, that kind of thing. As a general consensus, when I'm talking to males, I need to talk to the inner narcissist and say, here's why you need to donate. If you ever need blood, this is what it's going to take for you. And so it kind of depends on the audience and who's there. And hitting on, lots of people don't understand that for so many different cancers, not just blood cancers, that use blood. So talking to somebody and saying, well, do you know anybody who's ever used blood? Do you know anybody who's ever had cancer? Chances are they've used blood. And making it really hit home for them, because in your lifetime, you or someone you love will need blood.
Okay, and I'm just gonna ask probably one more question, but have you yourself or have someone you known had to use blood?
I have not had to use blood. I've been very, very lucky that way. But I have had family members who have needed blood. Multiple family members. My grandma used lots of blood products, and I had an aunt who passed away from leukemia who used hundreds and hundreds of units of blood. And we had more time with her because of the generosity of strangers.
Alrighty, thank you so much. I hope this will encourage some of us or people who watch our YouTube channel to maybe think about donating blood. So
awesome.
Thank you again, Cinnamon.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.